is the Parachute Skills Training for PC, and this is the Cinema 4D tutorial. This is the tutorial for the app Cinema 4D, and you're actually welcome. So now let's go. Now Cinema 4D, I'm going to be using Cinema 4D R2019, actually R19. So I'm going to click on it right here. Yeah, this is Studio 019. I don't want to participate, but please try to participate. So now let's go. So this is the view of Cinema 4D, and as you can see, it's just like every 3D modeling app. We've treated Maya, and you will know that if you know the basics of Maya and the basics of Blender or the basics of any other 3D modeling software out there, then you know it is easily to manipulate. As you know, every 3D modeling software, such as Cinema 4D, is going to have an animation, rigging, sculpting tools, standard, startup, visualize, and there are a lot of tools right here. But we're not going to make use of that right now. So we're going to first look at the basics of Cinema 4D. Most of the time, your object is going to appear around this particular area. This is where your keyframes have been located or where they are being stated. Okay, that's not even the problem. So right here, you've got some set of tools. This is your move tool. This is your scale tool. This is your rotate tool. As you can see, this is another form of move tool. Also right here, if you want to have some set of tools here, you just add another move tool or stuff like that. Okay, and this helps you to locate your x-axis, the y-axis, turn on the x-axis, the y-axis, and the z-axis. So this one here is mostly used for your rendering and your settings for your rendering. Then when starting here, you can use this to create any kind of object you want to create. I can create a capsule. Okay, let's delete that for now. You press backspace to delete, and I can actually create those stuff. I'm not gonna create a cube. So I can actually create stuff like cylinder, sphere, a tube, a landscape, or just a figure, so I can just practice rigging and stuff like that. So a lot of stuff you could create with this stuff, and with the pen tool you could just spline curves. Okay, a lot of spline curves just like this. Okay, and I think, oh sorry, I don't think I want to create that. Let's go back to the move tool. So this is, click on the cube. So this is like the spline. Okay, with the spline, the other stuff you could do with the spline, like I could just go right here and click on lat, and this lat, I'll have to drag the spline into the lat, and you see we've just formed something that looks pretty simple. So this is actually a means of transforming 2D shapes into 3D shapes. We're not going to be going on that for a moment right now. So let's delete all this. So I could actually draw with a pen to put this thing is mostly just for 2D users. If you want to draw anything that is 2D, I want to turn it into 3D. Look at text. Okay, I create a lot of text, some rectangles, some whatever shapes you just want to create. I'll click text right now. Okay, it's gonna create a text, and it's gonna be mostly. This is mostly in 3D actually. It's not actually in 3D yet. Okay, it's mostly in 2D. You could create a text and call it dev. It's not gonna actually change. Okay, so we're gonna discuss that maybe later. So this is where you change it. You press dev, and when you click this, you see as it has changed into dev. You can adjust the stuff right here. We're not going to go deep into that yet. So with this tool, you could actually do a lot of stuff to your stuff. Make it to ball, give it a share, give it a taper, shatter it like glass, give it a spline, a collision, smoothing. Like a lot of stuff you could do with this tools actually. And if you clicked on this, you could add some tools, maybe some particle tools, some instance, some bool, on some arrays, some programming that you rather do with yourself rather than stressing yourself to actually do it manually with these tools. So with this stuff, you could add some subdivision, surface, extrude, loft, bezier, sweep, lat. A lot of stuff that these tools can actually do, and if you know each one of them, Cinema 4D is going to be very easy for you to do. And with this, you could manipulate and give it an environment, floor, sky, foreground, and background. Actually, this is not mostly available in the 2014 version, but I think now that it's available, you now know what I'm talking about. So give it a stage, a physical style, and stuff like that. And with those, you could control the camera, the kind of camera you want, the target camera, stereo, motion camera, camera crane, and the one you want. And this one, you give it any kind of lights you want to give your object. So there are stuff to discuss about the Cinema 4D. Okay, a lot of great stuff to discover. So now let's move to the stuff about how to handle yourself in Cinema 4D. You know, mostly after that, to get acquainted with all the 3D modeling software, you will need what we call, it's like you will need or a mouse. Okay, you just get a simple mouse and that's gonna be quite easy. So with the mouse, there's a lot of stuff you could do. With the scroll wheel, you could zoom in and out. Okay, because I'm trying to zoom in and out of this. This is why it's quite easy to zoom in. Now, as other 3D modeling software we have told you before, now alt key, that means alt actually will actually be used to move it, and that means if you want to drag your scene, I just press the alt down, and I'm going to press my scroll wheel down, and you see, you get to drag my screen right now. Alt plus your scroll wheel down, press down your scroll wheel, and you can drag your screen. Okay, now if you're wondering the fact that we want to make to rotate and go around a particular object, let's say we created a cube. I want to go around those cube. Okay, in what way can we go around the cube? We could just press alt, then press the left click, then you rotate around the cube. You see how easy it is. We just managed to rotate around a cube. Okay, I'm gonna zoom out of this. So the controls are pretty simple to use, and if you can handle them, then there's no problem with Cinema 4D. Like, trust me, it's absolutely good and very good. In fact, I think it's actually most in motion graphics is After Effects. A lot of stuff you could actually do with this. Maybe in our next tutorial, we'll discuss some of the tools here and manage to model something that at least is still, is still something that shows that we are still at the beginning for a while. So as you can see, there are a lot of crazy tools here that are waiting for you to come and touch them. And you see, the stuff that these are those particular places differs. For example, if I put the motion tracker, you see, different tools, different layouts. If I bring the rigging, different tools, as you can see, everything has a different tool setup. Okay, so actually I think I'm gonna go back with the startup one. The startup one looks quite good. So this is the one for the startup one. So maybe next tutorial we discuss how to access the vertices, the faces, the edges, and whatever you want to add to it. Now maybe to add some functions to an object. Okay, we'll discuss in the next tutorial. Thank you very much. Have a beautiful, nice and wonderful day.